Good morning. Welcome back. I'm Olivia Vidal. Meteorologist Hannah Gard joins us now with your weather authority forecast. She says sunshine now, but tomorrow not looking so good.
Yeah, enjoy the day today because it's very similar to yesterday. We'll see a little bit of cloud cover increasing, but unlike yesterday, which was those low clouds and then the sun kind of came out later in the day, we're already starting to see these upper level clouds. So the sun's going to peek through, but we'll see an increase in this cloud cover as we go throughout the day. So it's actually going to kind of dampen those temperatures later in the afternoon. But it's been a pretty chilly start for some of us. 36 in Bellchase right now with those calm winds. You might even be seeing some frost in some areas. Slidell, 39 degrees right now. At the station, even 43. So a cool start. We are going to get back up into those upper 50s later today, which is where we were yesterday. And then this evening we'll fall into the 40s. It's not going to be as chilly tomorrow morning because we're tracking a storm system headed our way. This will be strong to severe storms, and typically ahead of those, we kind of warm up a bit. So we get into the mid 60s, which is above normal for the time of year. Right now, the storm system is over Las Vegas. You can see the low there kind of spinning counterclockwise. We have snow even. We're starting to see some cooler air dipping across the country. So we have two different snow events, this low that's coming and the low that just left us that brought rain on Friday. So we're going to track this strong system as it continues eastward across the country over the next 24 hours. And you can really see the dig in the jet stream here, the water vapor. We have the counterclockwise spin here, but we have this big broad area of dry air, and then below it, all of this moisture as the jet stream is so far south that we're kind of seeing all of that moisture train over our area. That's why the clouds are going to increase as we go throughout the day in the upper levels. So first alert for the system, once it makes it to us, we're going to see severe weather. So we are in a level 2 out of 5 risk for the areas in yellow. That goes from Houston all the way through the Florida Panhandle. And then even as far north as Shreveport, we could see severe storms tomorrow, but it's most likely in the areas in yellow, which includes our entire area. So we are expecting to see some of these severe storms. The main threats are going to be 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts with the isolated storms. We could see a few tornadoes. Heavy flooding rainfall is really something I'm concerned about with this. We could see training storms, and we could even see some large hail, especially in the northern areas. So playing this out, we see the clouds increase today. We see a peak of sun in the morning tomorrow, which is not good. The more sun we see, the more fuel and energy there will be in the atmosphere. But by the time the warm front comes through around mid-afternoon, we're going to see all of these little isolated storms pop up. And notice how they're all going to the northeast and kind of forming these trains of storm activity, which means it's going to rain over the same areas over and over again, which is really bad news for the flood threat. Then we have a brief break late in the evening before the front comes through. This will be around 1 to 3 a.m. This is going to be loud. Those winds will pick up. We'll see frequent lightning, and we could even have some embedded severe storms in that line. Then it moves through Tuesday morning. Nothing to worry about. It's going to be very, very early in the morning on Tuesday, so the commute, I think, is okay. We're now included in a flood watch. This was just put out by the National Weather Service, the entire area. Here's why. Rain potential with our model showing a lot of that training rainfall, and especially in these streaks of purple, which this is not going to be the exact location of those storms. The models can show trends, but they're not great at pinpointing exactly where those storms will be. Yesterday, those streaks were up to the northwest of us. I said, if this drops to the south, this is going to be a problem, and that's exactly what happened. So the main trend here is 2 to 4 inches widespread, and then we could see training storms, which will get upwards of 5 inches of rainfall. So definitely a significant flood threat. We also have a wind advisory. This is for that front coming through, not the isolated storms, where we could see 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts picking up from the south. This is around midnight ahead of that front coming through. So this is going to be very strong winds in the middle of the night. So if you have anything loose outside, you'll want to tie those down. So a reminder, download our Fox 8 weather app. You can get all of the watches and warnings, and stream Fox 8 if we do get into one of those active warnings. Now, looking at the pattern, we have that storm system tomorrow. We have another one coming on Friday, and then we start to see some of that Arctic air sinking down across the U.S., widespread snow events up to the north once we get that cooler air. And it does look like into the second half of January, we're going to see some much cooler air coming into play. So something to look at in the long term, but obviously all eyes right now, Olivia, on this storm system. Tomorrow, you want to put your severe weather plan together. If you don't have one already, know where your safe space is, know how to react to those warnings and the difference between a watch and a warning. We already are in plenty of watches right now. That means that the ingredients are there. And once you're in the warning, that means it's time to take action.
Because we're possibly thinking tornadoes could be seen in the viewing area?
We're not in a tornado watch yet. That will be tomorrow. They'll start to issue those, but we are in that SPC outlook where there is a risk for tornadoes. I'm not ruling out any mode of severe weather with these storms.
All right, we'll keep it on track and keep a watch on what's happening.
For sure.
Thanks, Anna. Well, it's